What's up, guys? It's Mr. Fit to Flourish. I'm gonna put this on our vet talk episodes. I was gonna get into the vet, but then I'm doing my 10K steps, getting my 10K steps in for the day, trying to stay fit to flourish. Actually, staying fit to flourish, not trying. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about becoming the highest version of yourself. So this is something I talk about quite a bit, and it's something that people kind of struggle with because you sort of vacillate between highs and lows. And for those of you like tuning into like manifestation channels and just grinding, working hard, you're trying to get to the next level, all that good stuff. You might be trying to go to the NFL. You might be trying to make $1 million trading. A lot of you who tune into my channel, a lot of you guys are trying to get into trading, right? So you might be getting into all these things. You might be struggling, right? You might be going back and forth. But the main thing that you need to do in order to just stop all that struggling and to immediately quantum jump into like a timeline or into a version of yourself that already has everything. Like you have the house that you always wanted, the SP, special person that you wanted, you have the trading account, you have the habits that you wanted, the body that you always wanted. Maybe you want tattoos, maybe you want like jewelry, maybe you wanted a beard, maybe you want like hair. There's things that you want in life, and and you can't shame yourself for wanting things. This whole life is about experience. It's about love, growth, and energy. That's the meaning of life, love, growth, and energy. But to get to that level, the next level, to get to that version of yourself, you need to stop looking for it, okay? That is the first step. And and this is something I struggled with. I was like, dang, man, and like back when I was struggling, I'm talking about hella debt in doctorate school for pharmacy school, trying to work like 3 jobs, always having to pay my tuition on my own, trying to pay bills, trying to make money, like pay for food, all this stuff. Like I just felt like, I was like, dang, dude, like, and then I was like getting out of shape. I was like, dang, like, where is it? I was always looking for, oh, where's the million bajillion dollars? Like, where's the money gonna come from? Where, right? But somehow things always worked out. And you need to stop looking for it. You have to understand that it's going to work out. And you need to be convicted. I talked about this in another video, but conviction is what creates your reality. There's something called the double slit experiment where this is literally scientifically proven. Things cannot happen unless you observe them happening. So if you're observing a reality where you're struggling all the time and you feel like you can't make it, you're convicted you can't make it. So that is what's going to happen because it's the reality that you're observing. This is the secret to life, okay? And I don't care if you think this is woo-woo or BS. Until you realize this, until you really put this into action, you're gonna keep losing. I'm sorry, man. So I really hope more people, like, I don't care about getting followers, but I hope that more people tune in to these messages I'm giving and pay attention, because the reality is that you create your reality. And what people mean by this is whatever you are observing. It's not about like the feel, like people say, oh, get into the feeling. No. What do you believe is going to happen? Whatever you believe is going to happen is going to happen. And and you might be trying to will something like every day you might say, okay, $3 million, but you don't believe you're gonna get it. You're just saying it. So that's not how it works, okay? Like that manifestation trash, like where they say, oh, just keep saying the thing. Like, shut up. This shit doesn't work. So you just have to understand. Okay, keep imagining in your head that you're there and convince yourself. Be convicted, be convinced that it's gonna work out. Whatever version of yourself that you want to see, whatever thing it is that you want, it's there. The only reason that you're thinking about it is because it exists. And remember, once you observe something, it has to happen. Once you keep your attention on that thing and you observe it, it has to happen. All right, so on this episode of Vet Talk, even though I'm not in the vet right now, I was like, dang, I gotta get this message out. It was just like sitting on my chest. It's literally be convicted that it will happen, and it will happen. All right. Stop relying on your five senses, okay? Because everyone knows you dream, and you go in your head, and when you're in your head, things happen. What's happening? Thoughts happen in your head, and then your thoughts become your reality. So control those thoughts. Focus, okay? Stop going on social media, because it's gonna make you continue to think about the big booty shaking that you keep seeing, or the abs that this guy has that you don't have yet, or the fight between Drake and Kendrick, or some random weird stuff like that. I don't watch those. I don't scroll on social media. I post on social media and then I get out of there. So I miss a lot of I get a lot of DMs and stuff. I don't pay attention to them because no offense, I'm not trying to. I don't want anyone to say something or to someone who's not gone through the things that I've gone through to influence me in any type of way. So I make sure to control what I'm seeing at all times. All right. I always make sure to control what I'm seeing, control who I'm being, control my thoughts. All right. So essentially, when it comes to it, stop waiting. Stop waiting on that thing to happen. Like, oh, where's the $1 million? I wake up every day and I don't see it. If you keep saying that every day when you wake up and you're like, oh, I don't see the $1 million, then it's never gonna be there, and you're always gonna be the version of Fit to Flourish, or the version of whoever you are, John, Jason, Marcus, Mike. You're gonna be the version of yourself that is always just waiting, always grinding. I don't use that word anymore, like grinding, like, oh, I'm grinding. No, I'm already there. All right. So that's how I got the Corvette. That's how I became a doctor. I didn't think I would be a doctor. I thought I was gonna play football the rest of my life and then probably work at like McDonald's, right? Because I was feeding into the stereotypes of like, oh, if you look like this, then you're gonna be a rapper. Or if you look like this, then you're gonna work in a warehouse. If you look like this, then you're just an athlete. If you look like this, I was feeding into that. I was brainwashed. But the truth is, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And I became a doctor. I was like, oh wow. And then I got into this whole thing about like, yo, what happened between me not knowing anything about chemistry and mathematics to all of a sudden I'm reading the textbooks and I'm a paid tutor. What was the difference? What happened? I was convicted that I already was that person, that version of myself who can do those things. Okay, I became that version of myself who I was really convinced. I was like, man, I can do this. I know I can. And then all of a sudden, just because I thought that, all of a sudden I understood quadratic equations, calculus. I started tutoring. I started understanding how to teach orbitals, and how molecules bond in different orbitals and how they can interact with like the ionic bonding, like all that stuff. I started teaching it. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I really got into this stuff, and I see it day in and day out. The difference between winners and losers is conviction. It's conviction. And you even see it in the Super Bowl. If you look at Patrick Mahomes' face, was he convicted this year, 2025, all right, in the Super Bowl versus the Eagles? Was Patrick Mahomes convicted that they were going to win the Super Bowl? It didn't look like it. It looked like the whole time his mindset, he was vacillating between, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this three-peat. It's never been done before. And the fact that the media kept saying, oh, this has never been done before, I think it got into his head. And the conviction of it can never be done because it hasn't been done, that messes with your mind. So you really need to focus on the reality that you want to see. Always think about it like, oh, okay, I want the big house, I want the car, and I want to be around the people who will help me grow. Now focus on becoming that version of yourself who already has those things. What are they doing? What do they look like? And what are their habits on a day-to-day basis? So it might look like, oh, they're in the best shape of their life, right? They're walking 10,000 steps every day. They're clean all the time. They're always clean shaven. Their habits are always on point. They're making schedules. They're teaching others. They're helping others. Others are helping them. They're getting the mentor. Just focus on that. All right, focus on that. Don't worry about like, okay, like I'm telling you right now, your bank account might say like negative 10K. You might have 100K in like credit card debt. And the only reason it's bad is because you might think it's bad. But Stoicism exists because it's a good teaching in which there is opposites. Okay, there's polar opposites, and if you read the book The Kybalion, it'll talk about polar opposites and how it's really there's no such thing as good or bad. There's just opposite ends of a spectrum. So, for instance, cold and hot. There are ways to describe temperature, but one cannot be one without the other. There can't be a heads if there's no tails. So don't think of it as a bad situation. Think of being in that debt as a good situation. Because if you never had that debt, you wouldn't know what debt felt like, and you wouldn't have this burning passion to get out of it. And to get out of it, you're going to need to become a different version of yourself that is so beautiful, right? A different version of yourself that is so beautiful that it can overcome any obstacle. All right. So look at these obstacles, all right, as stepping stones. So that's why I look at everything. Like anytime I get into a situation where like my credit card, I didn't know anything about credit cards, so I'm gonna make videos about credit cards as well. But I didn't know anything about credit cards, so my credit card score was horrible. And I started making six figures a year, but I didn't pay them off because I didn't know you had to. I don't know. I wasn't financially literate, but my credit card debt was horrible. And at first I was like, yo, this is just I'm done. I was like, I might as well just die. But what you realize is these obstacles are actually stepping stones to becoming the best version of yourself. Because if that never happened, then I would never know how to conquer these situations and how to get to the next level, and even how to help others. I wouldn't have anything to talk about on this channel. All right, I would just be probably another NPC, just living life. But instead, I'm someone who is a better version of myself who can now help others. Okay, and that's what it's about. Life is about love, energy, and growth. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying that day in and day out. Okay, so hope this video helped you guys. Remember, don't pay attention to what's going on in front of you, because it can change in an instant. All you have to do is have that mental fortitude. Keep your mind at bay. Keep your mind on focused on the reality that you desire, and understand that it's already here. I'm telling you, it's already here. Like, think about the time where you were in that massive debt, or you didn't think you'd eat today, and then all of a sudden some stranger sends you money. Your mom is like, oh, hey, here's some money, and you found food that day. You have a roof on your head. And start being thankful about the things that you already have. Okay, start being in that mindset of gratitude for everything you have on a day-to-day basis. Okay, and just be grateful. All right, be in that state of abundance, and more will come to you. As long as you're in that state of lack, then you will continue to lose things. As long as you're in this state of abundance and you understand and you're convicted that the life that you want, it's already there, just relax into the now moment. Be present in the now, and just watch it unfold way faster than you ever thought would happen. Okay, so it's your boy, Mr. Fit to Flourish. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'm out.